starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. Right now, about 15,000 Afghan refugees are staying at Fort McCoy in western Wisconsin. And one central Wisconsin community has been named a place for some of them to be resettled soon. News Watch 12's Morgan Johnson spoke to local organizations about how they are preparing to welcome them into the community.
Around 20 Wausau churches are working together for one mission: welcoming refugees.
It is very special and a great privilege to be part of this movement.
The vision came to Pastor Rebecca Voss during a Bible study. Voss and other congregation members at First United Methodist Church wanted to help make Wausau welcoming and hospitable to everyone, specifically refugees.
We want to be available as a church and as a community to really help people from all over find a new beginning here in Wausau.
Pastor Voss knows acceptance is a long-standing virtue in her church.
Right behind me is a stained glass window that was put in this church when it was built in the late 60s, long before Wausau had any diversity whatsoever. And I think it's always been a vision of this church and community to be a place that is welcoming to all types of people from all over the world.
It was just coincidence when Afghans started to flee to the United States and arrived at Fort McCoy just a few hours away. Wausau could soon be home to up to 85 refugees, including some from Afghanistan. Pastor Voss reached out to Wausau Mayor Katie Rosenberg to discuss how Wausau could become a place for resettlement.
What we're going to be doing is making sure we understand each other, cultivate those relationships, making sure that everyone feels safe and welcome. That's our job here.
To Rosenberg, it's more than just a good deed.
This is part of our moral obligation. Our country has been at war for 20 years in this country, and these people are coming. They've worked alongside of our troops. They've helped keep us safe. This is part of what we do, is we make sure that they are safe too.
But Rosenberg's vision for the future are only part of what will make Wausau a good community to resettle. The other part? The 80-plus boxes of donations Pastor Voss and other area churches have collected for refugees.
Yesterday, a big truck came to pick them all up. Large, size boxes of clothing and shoes and coats and things like that people donated.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Wausau, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Outside, Jeff, for a few days now in a row, it's felt like summer.
Yeah, for the 43rd time this year, temperatures are at or above 80 right now in Rhinelander, and we are not alone. It's 85 right now in Glidden, 82 for Wausau, so very warm air out there now. Some changes, though, are not too far away. Already on the regional radar, thunder showers across parts of Minnesota. Those will stay there tonight and through much of tomorrow, but there is a front over here that's going to be over here tomorrow that could mess with the football games tomorrow night, although I think it's going to hold off until after the games tomorrow. That's a cold front with a couple of showers tomorrow evening into early parts of Saturday. Our forecast time for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies and not as cool, with low temperatures down near 54. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
Thank you, Jeff. Tonight, one person is dead after a crash in Lincoln County this morning. Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says the vehicle was traveling on State Route 107 in the township of Rock Falls. When it left the road, it hit a number of trees. They believe speed was a factor. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Right now, the crash itself remains under investigation. Police say the name of the victim will be released once they notify family. Schwalming-Nicolay National Forest officials have announced they are closing the area around where a plane crashed Tuesday, killing 3 people. Here is the off-limits sections between 7 Mile and Butternut Lakes in the Hiles area. Only people working at the crash site are allowed there. People who live in this area are also allowed, though they need to stay off the national forest land, just on their own private properties. The cause of that plane crash is still under investigation. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin each day continues to fall for more than a week straight now. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports roughly 2,300 new cases, dropping our 7-day average for the last week to about 2,400. Meanwhile, today, DHS reports 17 new deaths. We're averaging about 14 per day over the last week, just shy of 8,000 deaths statewide since the beginning of the pandemic. Tonight, the CDC is upping their call for pregnant women to get vaccinated against COVID-19, citing low vaccination rates in this group and an increase in deaths recently. Mandy Gaither has details.
A warning to pregnant women.
You could protect yourself, your pregnancy, and your fetus by getting vaccinated.
The renewed urgency comes as the CDC says only 31% of pregnant people have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. In a health alert, the agency added that as of September 27th, there have been more than 125,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases in people who are pregnant, including 22,000 hospitalized and more than 160 deaths. 22 died in August alone, the agency said. The warning extends to those who have recently given birth, those trying or planning to become pregnant, and those who are breastfeeding.
What we don't want to do is see women who, for some reason or other, are hesitant to get vaccinated when they're pregnant or wanting to get pregnant, and then have a negative impact on their pregnancy.
The risk isn't only to the mother. The CDC says COVID-19 in pregnancy can cause preterm birth or babies born so sick they have to go straight to the neonatal intensive care unit. The agency also says other adverse pregnancy outcomes such as stillbirth have been reported and stresses the safety of the vaccine.
We now have data that demonstrates that vaccines in whatever time in pregnancy or lactating that they're given are actually safe and effective and have no adverse events to mom or to baby.
It's Mandy Gaither reporting. The Northwoods is home to many interesting people who take pride in what they do. There is one man in Eagle River whose company makes really one-of-a-kind wood products. KMS Limited and Groovy Wood Products is a creation of Ken Shells. He says his company and his products are designed to show off wood's natural beauty.
Where we remove the soft grain of the wood on a production scale, and you can look inside of the board three-dimensionally and look at nature's footprint.
Shell says showing the fine details in the wood is aesthetically pleasing to customers, which is why his company spent 8 years developing the process.
You know, I think grain is always popular. You know, I think 2,000 years ago they were trying to get the wood so they could see the grain. Now instead of doing it flat, you can do it three-dimensionally where you can look into the board and see it from a different aspect.
As you've been able to tell from the video, Shells also makes custom metal and wood products at his shop in Eagle River. We'll take a closer look at some of his work coming up on Newswatch 12 at 6. An Armstrong Creek man has adopted a unique system of growing vegetables year-round, even up here. Scott Good created this own version of aquaponics on his farmland, inspired by a system he saw in Milwaukee. It's a balance between fish and plants.
2,000 to 3,000 gallon tanks in the ground, and in those tanks we're raising fish. The water from the fish is then pumped up to grow beds where it nourishes the plants and cleans the water, so that it's a symbiotic relationship that both end up being healthy, and we get a lot of vegetables and in the end quite a few fish.
Good says his family already lives pretty much a farm-to-table lifestyle, adding about 50% of what they consume comes from the property. And the aquaponics system allows them to have fresh vegetables year-round.
I just thought it'd be a new way of growing. We've grown on the farm here in regular conventional crops, and I thought this might be a new way of doing things, and they'll give you vegetables year-round, which is a big plus.
Yeah. We'll show you more of a good system coming up on Newswatch 12 at 6. If you have ever felt like lending a helping hand in your community, then make sure to stop by the Northwoods Volunteer Fair next week. The fair will be held next Tuesday at Rhinelander's Triggs River Walk. From 10 till 2, you can network with nonprofits, learn how you can make a difference. 20 agencies will have tables there and representatives to talk about their needs. That includes representatives from food pantries, agencies that help with job search, from the fair, the Oneida County Fair, and with youth support. This Sunday, as part of the Badger State Games, folks will be running in the 6th annual Red, White, and Blue 5K to benefit the Never Forgotten Honor Flight of Wisconsin organization. The event is held at Dale's Weston Lanes in Weston. You can sign up for $35 ahead of time or $45 day of at the event. Veterans who have already been on an honor flight or are on the waiting list will receive a free pancake breakfast buffet starting at 9:30. The race itself is at about 10. You can find more details and information on their website, redwhiteblue5k.org. A nonprofit dedicated to stopping domestic abuse is asking for your help to paint the town purple. We'll show you what you can do exactly to help in just a few minutes. But first, Jeff's in with your full forecast next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Mix 96.5.
We're divided, but we can agree now's the time to help hardworking Wisconsinites, right? Nope, not Ron Johnson. See, on lowering prescription drug prices, Johnson was a no. Adding dental and vision to Medicare? Nah. Or making childcare more affordable to help people get back to work? No way. What about making the rich, like him, pay their fair share in taxes? Heck no. Tell Ron Johnson, time to say yes to building Wisconsin back better.
Keeping your family close together in your home these days are important. Let us remodel your kitchen and bath. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete remodels for the past 35 years. From design to install, we'll take good care of you. Stop in or call us today at Kitchen Bath Mart. We're your #1 choice in kitchen and bath remodeling. Highway 70 East in Arborvitae.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
Perspective, last year it was 54 degrees today. The record high is 84, and today we're at 81 with a fiery sunrise this morning. There is some smoke in the upper atmosphere right now. That will lead to a very cool sunset tonight as well. And look at this, the contrails are out there. You can see the cloud cover. Lots of blue skies in there too, sunshine getting through. That pushed temperatures up into the 80s today for the 43rd time this year. Here we go at 81 right now in Rhinelander, with a southwest breeze around 3 and a dew point there at 55. The air is getting slightly more humid now as a front is approaching from the west. Over in Wausau, it's 82 for you. Bright sunshine as well. A southeast breeze at 8, and the pressure is falling as that front is getting closer and closer and closer. Okay, around the horn, you don't see maps like this on the last day of September very often. A good 15, even 20 degrees above the averages today. Mostly upper 70s to low 80s, but there are a couple mid 80s out there. Looking at you, Glidden, right now with a high of 85 today. Keeping in mind, the average high is 63, the record low being 21 back in 1918, and there is a sunset tonight at 6:39 this evening. Okay, so things that go up got to come down, right? So 77 tomorrow, so similar to today. Probably not a lot of 80s tomorrow, but 77 feel nice. 72 for us on Saturday, then right back to reality. I got to say, though, the long-range temperature trends that are coming in now, looking at not this week, but the week after, many of them put us back in the 70s again. And keep in mind, that's the middle portion of October we're talking about then. All right, looking outside now, though, there is some things on the map, right? Your eye goes right over there. That's thunder and lightning across parts of Minnesota. That is going to be in our backyards beginning tomorrow. Now, the timing of this, we've been watching it all week long, as you know. It's pretty much gone from there to there to there to now over here. We'll be in our backyards tomorrow evening, most likely after the football games tomorrow night, but it's going to be close. And this week it's going to have some thunder and lightning with it too, with a cold front that's going to lift the air enough tomorrow evening to give us some scattered showers and storms tomorrow. Again, nothing strong longer severe, but still there'll be some thunder and lightning out there later on tomorrow evening. They should hold off, though, until after the games. This Futurecast, one model here, right, shows rain. This is tomorrow evening about 8 o'clock or so. Rain kind of around us, but not quite over us yet. This model may come true tomorrow. Our forecast tonight, though, is lots of clear skies out there. Some dense fog is likely again. Look at this low temperature, though, near 54. That's not normal. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Lots of cloud cover. A bit breezy out there as well as our front approaches. Look for highs back in the upper 70s. A couple of you could do 80 tomorrow with a gusty southwest wind. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows thunderstorms tomorrow evening, most likely after sunset. A couple of light rain showers into early parts of Saturday morning with a high of 72. And then we cool off a bit Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with highs back in the 60s. Justin?
All right, thank you, Jeff. It's now been 3 months since Hannah Miller was shot and killed outside Rhinelander. Now, while murders are very rare here, across Wisconsin, dozens of people are murdered in domestic situations by an abuser every year. 68 lives lost in 2020 alone. Newswatch 12's Cooper Henkel spoke to an advocate hoping to make a statement when Christopher Anderson is brought from Illinois to Rhinelander to stand trial.
The thing that I'm really hoping for is that Christopher Anderson is going to be extradited during the month of October, and for him to come to Rhinelander and be like, why is everything purple? And you know, he'd ask somebody, and for someone to say Domestic Violence Awareness Month, that's huge.
The whole month of October recognizes domestic violence. The color purple symbolizing the struggle victims face in addressing a crisis Vicki says most people are happy to overlook.
We need it to be okay for someone to go somewhere for help. We need to be okay with domestic violence. It's awful that it happens, but it does. And so we need to be able to face it head on and help people.
That's why she wants purple everywhere you look in October.
We want to paint the town purple.
Tri-County will provide purple ribbons you can pick up at their office. They'll also be decorating the courthouse and turning the dome purple.
We have a lot of things planned for October, and I am very excited.
Tri-County will host 2 vigils, one for Miller and one for the 68 Wisconsinites murdered due to domestic violence in 2020, along with other events throughout the month of October. You can find details about the whole month's events on their Facebook page. When asked what the simplest thing people can do to help those facing domestic violence,
it's really important, too, to not focus on the victim and why the victim is not doing things. That's not the problem. The problem is the person who's committing the crime, because it is a crime.
In Rhinelander, Cooper Henkel, Newswatch 12.
So again, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Stay with Newswatch 12 as we continue to look at domestic violence, the complex legal hurdles the victims face sometimes in getting justice, and how our culture perpetuates these issues throughout the month of October. For the last few days, shutdown has been a bit of a buzzword in Washington. We'll give you the latest updates on the potential for a government shutdown or lack thereof, and some other situations going on there after the break.
You can't miss the fall semi-annual sale and sweepstakes on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save as much as 40% off top brand appliance doorbusters while they last. Plus special no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. This weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Get superior performance from your painting projects with help from Menards. Dutch Boy Max Bond Exterior Paint and Primer in One provides superior adhesion to dirty, chalky, and glossy surfaces while withstanding extreme weather. All Dutch Boy paints are 11% off. Give your garage floor a dramatic look with rock-solid polycuramine floor finish. The high-gloss finish is beautiful and durable, 20 times stronger than epoxy. Rock-solid garage floor coatings are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You can't miss the fall semi-annual sale and sweepstakes on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save as much as 40% off top brand appliance doorbusters while they last. Plus special no-interest financing with no minimum purchase. This weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
The state of Wisconsin has now entered into a nearly $17 million multi-year contract with software development company Flexion to update their unemployment claims system. Lawmakers say the system was overwhelmed last year with many people filing claims at the start of the pandemic, which led to delays in processing and many people waiting months for their checks to come. Federal funds are now being used to pay for this entire computer system upgrade. The Wisconsin State Journal reported Wednesday the State Department of Workforce Development estimates the project's cost at about $90 million. The federal government will not shut down tonight after both the House and Senate approved a deal to extend the government spending through December 3rd. However, both the so-called bipartisan infrastructure bill as well as the costly social infrastructure bills that they've been talking about for months now are still very much up in the air. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
With just hours to go before a midnight shutdown deadline, lawmakers coming together around a short-term save to fund the government through December.
That will eliminate the possibility of a government shutdown tonight.
But the agreement does not stave off another looming crisis, a potential default on the nation's debt.
It would be catastrophic for the economy.
If Congress doesn't raise the country's borrowing limit by October 18th, House Democrats already approved a measure to do that.
The bill is passed.
It's unclear if the Senate will do the same. Republicans are trying to force Democrats to increase the debt limit alone in protest of their multi-trillion-dollar spending plans.
But what they want to do is restructure and transform America.
The Democrats' agenda now in real jeopardy.
We are proceeding in a very positive way.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi still planning to hold a vote today on the trillion-dollar infrastructure bill that passed the Senate with bipartisan support. But opposition from progressive Democrats is mounting as a deal remains elusive on a larger package funneling up to $3.5 trillion into health care, education, and climate programs.
Look, we are in the same place we've always been. We put out an offer for $3.5 trillion.
Key moderate Senator Joe Manchin revealing publicly today his top-line number is a much lower $1.5 trillion.
I think there's many ways to get to where they want to, just not in everything at one time.
A high-stakes standoff within the Democratic Party, with President Biden's top legislative priorities hanging in the balance.
Artist Christine Alpery believes that art should be as unique as the individual who creates it and collects it. Make an appointment to visit Christine's studio or visit online, nestled in your favorite chair, and find the perfect work of art to reflect your life and spirit.
Hi, Bob Pucci for the Take Kid Hunting Foundation. We're having the Antigo Gun Show this weekend at the Langley County Fairgrounds on Highway 45. Admission is $6, 14 under are free. Show hours are Friday from 3 p.m. to 8, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 9 to 3.
Hey, beer lovers! Saturday, October 2nd from 2 till 6. Join Merrill Park and Rec and Newswatch 12 at the 13th Annual Lincoln Lager Barley Fest, presented by Dave's County Market. Merrill's Smith Recreation Center will be filled with brewers from all over the state, giving you the chance to sample more than 100 crafts and micros and to talk beer with the pros. Tickets are $25 in advance at Dave's County Market, the Smith Center, the Merrill Chamber, Ballyhoo's in Merrill, Sports Fan Radio in Wausau, and online at llbarleyfest.com. All proceeds benefit the Merrill Park Endowment Fund.
Every living creature on Earth needs Mother Nature's water for survival. From the family pet, whether it's the dog, our fish in a fish tank, to the precious little munchkins running around, for 7 decades, Maher Water Corporation has been supplying and treating this water for the entire family with products made here in Wisconsin by Water Care. So call us today for the cleanest, safest water around.
At Big Valley Ford, we have a great selection of gently used trucks, SUVs, and cars, and we are ready to help you find the right vehicle to explore the North Woods. Big Valley Ford is passionate about every vehicle that enters our service center, and our team of technicians are here to help with all of your service needs. Whether you are looking for a new or used vehicle or need to get your current ride back on the road, stop into Big Valley Ford in Ewan, Michigan, and experience the Big Valley difference.
Summer may be coming to a close, but now is the perfect time to get your new Flow waterfront system for next year. Check out the awesome Flow dock and lift selection at Jensen Akins in Conover and Three Lakes Docks and Lifts. Lock in your order before September 30th and receive up to $1,000 in accessories or a $1,200 Big Green Egg Grill with qualifying purchase. Let us show you why we're still the #1 Flow dock and lift dealer for the Eagle River and Three Lakes chain and surrounding lakes.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Jeff woke up this morning. It was cool, but it warmed up fast.
80s today, which is not normal. This is the last day of September. Right. Tomorrow's October 1st. It's going to be slightly cooler tomorrow, but still a couple of 80s around. Let's go outside. We're confusing a lot of animals out there right now who are just like, what is going on? Yeah. They're still working hard to get ready for winter, but they could take a break today and tomorrow, and probably even Saturday too, with temperatures in the 70s also on Saturday. Look at this map. So this is a map I showed you several times this year, actually 42 times plus today this year, with temperatures in the 80s this year. Again, most of those times though we're back in July and August, not so much late September.
Festive October orange.
Yes, but we're watching storms to our west. Those will be in our backyards tomorrow. They should stay until after sunset, but it's going to be close with the games tomorrow night. And then our lives change. Cooler temperatures next week.
Not cold though.
Not cold at all.
October.
Maybe 70s later next week.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on News Watch 12 at 5. NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt is next.